haven't played
It's
in
weighty,
like a
isn't
year.
it? Yeah, it's weighty. You look like you were having just such a fun time, just fully in it, fully immersed.
Yeah, like it's interesting to be playing live as well again. Like,
Yeah.
just been doing mixes and stuff for so long. Like it's like that pressure, that anxiety, but in a good way is like thrilling. I get the endorphins.
Well, it's the freestyling as well, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
when you have a mix to do, it's like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to put these songs together. But when you're actually DJing, obviously you haven't got people to feed off to be like, let me take it this way. But it's
Yeah.
kind of like, where do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
I'm going to do some shout outs. So right now we're live from an amazing venue called MOT. It's actually one of my favourite clubs. We're here for Beatport and Amazon, amazing documentary called Better Days, a story of UK raving. We've had sets from Afrodeutsch, we've had sets from Dance System. You've just been listening to TSHA. We've got Tim Reaper on the way. I'm going to do some shout outs. The chat room is active. Glog78, Connect2, Liam, DJ. So when you were thinking about your set tonight and you were like, what you loaded up on your USB, I'm like literally like taking all of those records. What did you know that you definitely wanted to include?
Do you know what? I didn't actually. I didn't like overthink it. I just was like, I like to plan a journey, and that's how I do my sets. So I just stuck to what I normally do, and then hope that the journey still translate in a live stream rather than just a live setting.
No, it didn't. When you say sort of journey, I mean that makes sense, and that you have quite an eclectic taste. Like it kind of weaves. Obviously, it's all dance music, but there's different sort of like facets of the dance music you play. So if you was to break down the different sort of subgenres that get you excited, what would be in there?
Oh God, that's really hard. Like obviously house and techno, and I love acid house. A bit of breakbeat, of course. Like, to be honest with you, I will literally play any genre as long as it's a good tune and it goes with what I'm feeling at the time.
How much of your set is like new producers who are kind of your peers versus some old school stuff?
Quite a lot actually. This set, I had a couple of like new producers like Anz and Elka, who's a good friend of mine. Usually, I play a lot of my peers and friends because I like to support, and they also make wicked tunes.
Yeah.
And then everything else, I like to like dig deep on like Bandcamp and see what I can find.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's a good spot. UK rave culture. If you could think about like one song that new or old that would sum up rave culture, what would it be?
Oh, new or old?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so hard. What a question.
If you were like aliens landed and you had to think of one song to be like, this is rave culture.
I don't know because there's so many different facets to rave culture and sounds to it. Like that is such a hard question. Like, oh man, like this is probably doesn't sum up rave culture, but I'm a really
Top of your head, yeah.
I'm a really big fan of The Bomb. Like that tune, like as you I had a mashup version of that song. That was in my essential mix as well. Like from that song from that era, that like reminds me of like, well, I imagine what it would have been like to go into a club to hear that. In the 90s, yeah.
That's such a big record. I mean, there've been so many edits that have been. I was thinking actually when I was listening to you play it, I was like, is that an edit? Are those two songs running together? Right, because share the track list. Who's on the edit of that? Because that's a really good one.
That is made by Board Lord.
Ah, Board Lord from Oakland, California.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, I mean, last year would have been a massive year for you in terms of like live and DJing. You had a really sort of like nice trajectory. How did you kind of like pivot and adapt and kind of keep things moving despite everything?
I just carried on writing really, even though I had like blocks and at times. I just kept thinking about making music for people to listen at home as well, because obviously the clubs were closed and stuff like that. So my goal was just to make stuff that made people feel good during the pandemic, and I hope I achieved that really.
Yeah, you put quite a sentimental project out, right?
Yeah, there was a few. Like there was one track that was particularly like linked to me finding my sister during the lockdown, so putting that on there, and it had a positive uplifting feel, so that was my vibes.
Amazing. That's on the Flowers EP that people can go and check out. Tisha, it was an amazing set, and of course you've got loads of great sets lined up and gigs lined up this summer. Fingers crossed everything goes to plan. So we have got one more set right here for you, Amazon and Beatport. We're going to go jungle. Somebody that is inspired by the old but also definitely heading towards the future. We're going to be having the sounds of Tim Reaper for the next hour, and don't forget you can still watch the loop of the documentary on the Amazon Twitch.
Thanks.
Thanks, both. Cheers. Thanks, both.